Hi guys, Rich Pasini from RJPasini.com. I'm making this video. It's late. I know it's on the East Coast here. It's going on 12 midnight, but I just want to share this with you guys, give you a little insight on a situation I had regarding a buyer sending me my Epson printer back damaged. I opened up a case with eBay, and I got the lame excuse that there's nothing they could do about it, and they're going to refund the buyer. And basically what they're saying is that's the end of the story. Well, our story begins. I was selling an Epson printer, and as you know, I do videos, and in doing the videos I always explain the discrepancies with the item, be it broken, damaged, working, not working, whatever the situation is. I always will put that in the video and also in the description. The buyer gets the printer, maybe a week later, whatever, holds on for it for a couple of weeks, sends me a message to the eBay messaging system saying the printer doesn't work. I tried 20 times to clean the heads, the ink cartridges. I did this, I did that, yada yada yada, and it don't work, so I want to send it back. So okay, so I say okay, send it back, no problem. I'll be more than happy to take it back. I gave him the address to send it, return address. You send it back. So I get the package this morning, and when the mailman handed it over to me, I shook the package. That thing was rocking and rolling in there. Okay, it was. I knew something was up with it. There's no doubt about it. It was duct tape. The box was duct tape. The address was written in magic marker. Very sloppy, very unprofessional. I'm not saying that the guy should have put it in a pristine box and send it to me, whatever. But it was horrible the way it came in. So when I opened it up, I knew what I was going to expect because I could tell by the way it was packed, just by feeling it. I didn't have to even look at it. So I opened up the package, and lo and behold, the faceplate has been removed. The LCD, where you do the functioning and stuff like that, the function switch there, whatever, where the keys are, that was dented. I know that even in shipping, even if it was jostled in shipping, that faceplate would not come off there because it's adhesive on it. You'd have to literally pick it, and that's what this was. It was picked. It was picked off. I don't know what the buyer's intention was. If the buyer was trying to remove a part of it, take something off it, and try to reinstall it. The faceplate with the adhesive on it had all lint on it, so he must have left it on a cloth of some sort, and it had some other little doohickey particles on there. I don't know what they were, cookie crumbs or whatever on there. And a piece was broken off, a little plastic piece was broken off. He sends me back the USB cable and not the AC power adapter. So now I have to go out and buy an AC power adapter for that printer. Upon doing that, I'm going to see if I could get everything back in place again, and I can do one of the two things. A, sell it for parts not working. Well, it works, it powers up, but not functional. Or B, discard it and just chalk it up as a loss. So with that in mind, I snapped some pictures. I messaged a buyer, said I'm going to open up a case. There's no way I can give you a refund because of the condition it came in. The box was not packaged properly. It was flopping around in there, and God knows what happened to that thing. I don't know what other things might be wrong with it. I told the person I can't refund you, and I'm going to open a case. And they said, I'm going to open a case too. and I'm going to fight this 100%. The buyer tells me. I came to a conclusion, and I heard this once before by other people. eBay, I don't know how true it is, but from this past experience, eBay is all in favor of the buyer and the buyers. Okay, so if I was to send that package to the buyer, the way he packed it to me, if I was to send it to him, no doubt in my mind that buyer would have messaged me telling me the item arrived broken, damaged, whatever, was poorly packaged, whatever, and I want a refund. Okay, so in that case, I would be at fault, and I would have to refund them. Right now, the buyer sends it back to me. The buyer sends it back to me, poorly packaged, broken, damaged, and I don't have a leg to stand on. Okay? eBay, and for all the eBay diehards out there that love eBay and swear by eBay and whatever, everything is eBay, that's great. Okay? I look at eBay as a selling platform. Okay? I don't love the company. I mean, I like using the platform to, it's a good source. It's a good way to get your stuff sold and stuff like that. There are other sites out there, but eBay seems to be the dominant player outside of Amazon in regards to this type of merchandise. I mean, there's other sites out there, but they seem to be the dominant player in this field with that. So, what I'm trying to say is, you're dogged one way or the other. Okay, I sent eBay the pictures. I called them up. They told me what to do. Don't worry. Don't pay any refund. Don't make any refund to the buyer. We're here to back you up. We're here to help the seller out. We're basically saying we're on your side. And that's a lot of bull dinky. All they did was sugarcoat the situation and just pacified me and be on your way. You could see when I was talking to customer rep, I was trying to explain to the customer service. They didn't really have an interest in what I had to say. Okay? They couldn't care less whether... They didn't care. Let's put it that way. Okay? So, I get this lame brain email or message from them. Okay? It was escalating claim to customer service. I received the item as not described. That's another thing, folks. These buyers, and I'm sorry if I'm targeting, it sounds like I'm targeting buyers, but I have to get this out there. Whenever something doesn't work in their favor, the first thing they want to do to retract or get their money back is use that word defective or not as described. Now, I know eBay puts that in there. Okay, they put that in there. They set that up in their guidelines. It's defective, not as described, or I don't want it, or whatever it is. If you look in there, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's kind of lame. But anyway, that's the way the company runs its business. Okay, so I'm not making a big stink about that. It is what it is. Okay. So anyway, they write this here, and I'm going to read it out to you. Okay, here's the letter from them. Okay, here's the letter from eBay. Okay. It says they're escalating to customer service. Customer service, as far as I'm concerned, stinks. I mean, that's my personal opinion. I'm not happy with it. Hello, Richard. Thank you for contacting eBay customer service regarding the printer. They get the item number you sold to blank, the buyer. I'm sorry to hear that the item returned to you has missing parts. I know it could be frustrating since you've done everything in order for this transaction to go smoothly. So rest assured that I'm genuinely interested in providing you with the satisfactory resolution. Ha! Wait till you hear this. Before I proceed, now remember what it says. They're interested. I am genuinely interested in providing you a satisfactory resolution. This is right here. It's right here in black and white, folks. I printed it right off the eBay site. They want to satisfy me. They want a satisfactory resolution. Here's the other part. Before I proceed, I would like to thank you for staying with us and choosing eBay as your online marketplace of choice as I know how challenging it is to be a seller. Well, what's the big deal? Being a seller, buyer, what does that have to do with it? While I know that this particular transaction has been a discouraging experience on your part, I could assure you that the situations like these are very few and far between on eBay. Really? Are they really that far and few? I bet you if I went on a blog, I wrote a blog up, and I put it out there about how many people, how many sellers have received items back in the worst condition possible. Okay? I mean, if you've seen how I pack that printer, if you bought printers from me in the past or whatever, or even when I package goods, I try to make sure they're well packaged, okay? Especially electronics, okay? Little items, mouses, and little things like that. I use regular paper. I pack it up. I crunch it up. I make sure it's packaged well. Even that, okay? But I do my due diligence when it comes to shipping stuff out. So, I don't want to hear about packaging, okay? Okay, so we got that part there. So I could show you the situation either very far and few behind. Yeah, okay, on eBay, sure. I'm sure that's a lot of malarkey. I reviewed the case, and I could see that you already received the item. No kidding. I called up eBay customer service. I told them I received the item. I picked it up. It came to me that morning. I called them up this morning. I could see you received. Of course I received it. I let you know ahead of time. I know I'm studying this matter could be as you received a damaged item, an incomplete item back. Yeah, the guy didn't give my AC power cord. So what good is it? I got an AC. I got the universal print, the USB printer cable. I don't have the power. I don't have the power. I can't power it up. I got to buy a cord for it. Yeah, the damage item is complete. However, I hope you understand that since the item has been returned to you, we have closed the case and issued a full refund to the buyer. Isn't that nice? eBay basically could do what they want. Okay? They can go into your account and just withdraw the funds, and you don't have a leg to stand on. You don't have a say. Folks, you don't have a say when it comes to stuff like this. I'm sorry. You might say, oh, no. People might say, I've had situations like that. eBay stood by me. They did. Well, why don't you put it in comments? Why don't you just tell us some of the things that if you had a situation similar to this, why don't you tell us, share it with us. I'd love to hear them. I really would. It doesn't matter. You don't have a say. In other words, if you go to a place, that's like me going to a Walmart store. I buy an item, and I bring it back. It's brand new, and I bring it back broken, and I go to the Walmart return center, and I say, I want a refund. You know what the guy behind the cashier or whatever the person behind the counter is going to say? We can't refund you the money. You broke it. You brought it back broken. It's damaged. It's damaged. It's damaged goods. We ain't got a refund. We can't issue a refund. And they'll probably send you on the way out. And if you continue to argue, they'll probably have security escort you out anyway. But with eBay, you don't have you don't have that. You don't have that option. It's their way of the highway. That's it. Okay. So anyway, it says over here we closed the case. This is their resolution. Now, remember before? I'm generally interested in providing you a satisfactory resolution. That's the satisfactory resolution. We've closed the case and issued a full refund to the buyer. So I'm stuck with a broken printer. When I bought it, it was clean. I'm going to show you a picture. I'm going to do a screen share, and I'm going to show you. I picked up that printer, and the reason I picked it up because it was in nice, clean condition. I did the video. I tested it out in the video. The video is probably, I don't know if you could see it anymore on there, but the video states in there that you're going to need print cartridges. Okay. I showed in the video that it scans and that it does have the Wi-Fi works. Okay. And the reason why people might say, well, how could you really say it works if you don't have the print cartridges in there? How are you going to know it works? Because I already had Epson printers with that scenario, with that same situation. Once I replaced the cartridges, they worked. Okay, the printer worked. It did the whole thing. Okay, so either way, I'm screwed. I'm out of the money for that there, and I don't know if I'll even get the money back if I even sell it for parts. I mean, what can I sell it for? I had it listed for $49, $39, whatever. What am I going to get for it? What can I get for it now? You tell me. So then the letter goes on, As I understand your inconvenience for this transaction, Richard, I have requested your final value fees to be credited back to your account within 24 hours. Wow. Wow. They're going to give me my final value fee for that one little measly transaction. The buyer came out 100%. The seller got dogged, as far as I'm concerned. And I wonder how many other sellers would like to share the story. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to. Why don't we start a little group here and see. Let's share these experiences. How eBay gets over on the sellers. They're for the buyers and not for the sellers. And you know what? You know how they probably look at it? Well, if you don't like the site, go elsewhere. Go sell elsewhere. Look, I'm not saying I'm not. We're not in a level playing field here. This is, I don't have a dog in this fight, so to speak. This is beyond apprehensible. I can't conceive this type of transaction like this. Looking at this notice here that eBay sent, it's despicable. And then I like what it goes over here. I know this action might not be enough to compensate your loss, but I don't want you to leave you empty-handed. At this point, here are some actionable steps I could recommend for you. Contact the buyer. You may contact the buyer and let them know that you received the item back in a different condition. Your buyer may take actionable next steps, such as coordinating the claim you have with the courier company they used if damage happened in transit. Please note, you may get your buyer's contact details by clicking the link below, and they give you a little link here to click. Then the last part of it says, we will send you an automatic email the seller's contact details. Please be aware we'll send the contact details at the same time. We feel it maintains trust and fairness on eBay. Fairness and trust on eBay. Okay? If members are made aware when other members request contact information. It doesn't do anything, folks. All I'm saying is, for me, it didn't do anything. You might say, well, you're complaining. You only got one return item like that, damaged item, and you're complaining. Well, I'm just trying to share something with you guys out there, for sellers. No matter how good the packaging is, you could send it wrapped, double wrapped, overpack it. No matter what, it doesn't matter. You could put all your concerted energy and effort in packaging that item that you're sending out to ensure that it gets to the buyer in one piece, and I mean one piece. It doesn't make a difference, because if the buyer decides later on, I don't want it, and they don't take the same precautionary measures as far as packaging, and they send it back to you and it comes back broken, you don't have a leg to stand on. You're not going to get a refund back. And if you do, again, I'd love to hear the stories. I'd love to hear your story. And I would love you to share it with us with this type of situation, getting damaged items as a seller. Okay? Because right now, as far as I'm concerned, eBay is not there for the sellers. And when that lady, the customer rep, told me that we're here for you, we'll work it, or let us step in. I like when you fill out, open a case of a claim case, whatever like this here. They say, all right, let us take over now, whatever. Well, they'll let us assist you, whatever. You click it on and you put the additional information. What good did that do? And it talks about 24 to 80 or 48 hours. This was so rushed. This wasn't even 24 hours. This was in a matter of a couple hours that this was handled. It's Friday. I mean, maybe the person wants to go home. They don't want to do that much research. Oh, they tell you, we got to do further research, and they say, we're going to investigate. Send us photos. They allow you to send 10 photos. I'm going to show you what I sent. I'm going to show you the things I sent. And, you might look at the damage and say, that's superficial. You could probably just repaste it on there or whatever, reglue it on there again, clean it up, send it back out there and put it back on eBay, and you'll probably get to sell it again. Maybe you might get as much for it. Maybe you could sell it for parts. So let's say, for argument's sake, I bought that printer for $10. Let's just say, I'm just using that as an example. And I put it on there for parts not working. $9.99, $10. So I guess all I'm doing is I'm getting paid what I bought it for is what I'm selling it for. No profit there. Where on the other hand, I could have made a profit. So I'm doped. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I really did. I need to get that off my chest because too many times people are getting screwed over. And mainly it's the sellers. Now, I'm not saying in all cases. You might get buyers out there that buy from sellers. Now, the sellers ain't perfect either here. Okay, now I'm not saying I'm perfect either, but I'll put it to this way. I'm an honest seller, and if you see something on my listing, on the eBay listing, rest assured that's what you're going to get. Okay, there are nightmares out there too, where buyers get stuff from sellers, and they got there's a lot of stories that just do a YouTube thing about it. You'll see what I'm talking about. I mean, you could stay there all night on YouTube watching all these different things about buyers getting screwed over by sellers, sellers getting screwed over by buyers, and vice versa, goes back and forth. So, but right now, I'm talking about my case right now. Okay, I feel bad for the buyers and sellers that had got screwed over, from other sellers and buyers, whatever, and back and forth. But I just wanted to share my situation. This is the first time. I've been on eBay since 1999. No, I don't have 50,000, 100,000 because I was a casual seller back then. I was doing it on and off. I was too busy at work. I didn't really have time for this. So, it's a trendy thing. You go up and down with it. You do it something you do when you want to do it, and you don't want to do it, whatever. But, when I got this notification from eBay after I opened the case up with them, I said, it doesn't pay. Their customer service thing doesn't really help that way. At least not for me. Okay. Maybe you might say, people might say, well, maybe that's your fault. Maybe your case wasn't that whatever. They didn't need to do that much research. Maybe it was a cut and dry thing. It was open shut case. They seen the pictures and they listened to what you had to say, and it wasn't enough for them to be on your side. Okay. Well, if that's the case, that's fine. I have no problem with that. I mean, if that's what you guys want, if that's how eBay wants to operate, that's fine. But I'm just going to show you the pictures anyway. Let me just show you rather than keep rattling on here because let me just show you the pictures. I'm going to screen share here. Okay. All right. Here we have the printer. Now, if you look at the printer, it's in nice condition. It's clean. Okay. It has this label on here. Okay, right, you see the label on there. Okay, let's click to the next picture. Clean inside and out. Looks nice. It looks like it's a very pristine, clean printer. Okay, everything's nice there. You can see over there, everything's all done up nice and clean. Sides, clean. Back are a little blurry, that's my fault. See over here, folks? Just remember that little area there, if you remember where I'm showing you. All right, again, that's me. My camera was out of focus there. I think I had the autofocus on at the time. But, you see, you get the picture, you get the drift. Okay, that's the type of printer ink you need. That's the serial number. Printer is very clean. It's really nice. Look at it. Look how it looks. That's the stuff I got. That's the information sheet that was on the top of the printer drawer lid. And that's it. So let me just go back. Here's the first picture. Okay, this is the printer how it looked. Is it nice? It looks nice, right? Okay. Now let me show you my pictures. Look at that. Isn't that nice? See how nice it came back? LCD hanging off of here. The face plate is off. Broken piece of plastic over here. Okay. Lint that white stuff that you see over here, those little marks, that's lint. And now you're not going to tell me that when Epson ships the printer out, or when their assemblies in the factory, that they have lint on them. Okay, this person literally took this off, and this over here, you can't see it over here, but over here it's got a bend on, like it was pried out. The LCD looks like it was pried out. Okay, these little marks here are pry marks near the corner edges there. Okay, they're pry marks. Let's see if I can show you another picture, a little close up on here. Let me see this one. How about this one right here? Look at this. Look. This is how I got it back, folks. I sent this to eBay, these photos. It didn't do jack diddly squat. It didn't do anything for me. Okay? Now, some people may look and say, that's the only parts that came off that. Yeah, look at it. Look at all the lint here. Look, these are the marks that was pried off. Okay? Now, I don't know why the person was prying it off. Now, you might say, well, I can't make accusations like that. Well, let me put it this way. You know, you can't, it's like people say you can't prove it. Well, I'll put it this way. Looking at the printer before and after, this was definitely tampered with. Okay? And nobody's going to tell me otherwise. Look at it. Look at the label. The guy took off the label here. Look. I had the label on there. Remember how clean it looked in the other picture? Hey, look. Look how nice it looked. Okay? Look how nice it looked. Nice and clean, right? Look at it. Look at it now. You think I would send something like that to a buyer? And you know what? It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference. Okay? I took pictures. I don't know what the other pictures are of the box the guy sent it in with the duct tape on it. And it had labels on there. And I took a picture of the bubble wrap. The bubble wrap, some of the bubble pop, you know, the wrap there, those airbags, whatever, they were popped. They were like, you know, deflated. You know, so there was nothing there protecting this thing. This thing was bouncing around. You can't see it over here. I don't think you could see it over here. All right, I didn't take a picture. I didn't get a close-up of it. On the bottom over here, well, this ain't going to show it, but over here, there's a dent in it. Right on that corner, it's dented in. The printer's got a dent in it. Must have hit something sharp in there and got jacked up. It got dented. This thing is screwed. Okay? Now, people may say, well, maybe if you could take the lint off of there, maybe put like a spray adhesive on there and re-put, you know, install it. I don't know if I'm going to do that. That might screw up this thing here if it does work. The LCD popped off. But that's what I'm trying to say, you know, folks. That's why when this is the aftermath, you know, where you would think eBay would do the right thing by you and say, hey, you know what? Look at this guy. Look at the way this guy got this package here. You know, maybe let's say eBay says, okay, they want to be the mediator between me and the buyer. They could say, well, I'll tell you what. Let's say the guy paid 40 for it. How about 20? Would you take 20 for it? Would that you want to settle for 20? I would do that. Didn't work that way. You know what? They decided, eBay decided, they made their mind up. We're going to issue the refund to the buyer, and that's it. So it's getting late. It's going on 12:30. It's midnight, past midnight here. So I just want to share that with you guys. I don't know what you think about it. You've seen the before and after pictures. If you guys have any comments on this here, you want to share it with us, or share it with me, or whatever, please do. I don't know if, you know, I'm not saying I'm the only seller that's gone through this. I'm sure there's other sellers out there that probably experience things like this. And again, in regards to the buyers, you know, don't take it the wrong way. I'm not making any derogative, you know, statements or whatever, you know, saying, oh, the guy's picking on buyers. I'm referring to this particular situation here, okay? The other thing, I like the other thing they tell you with eBay when it goes on, there's another partner here where it tells you, oh yeah, you could also block that buyer from making purchase from you. I was going to do that anyway. I don't need eBay to give me permission to do that. I was going to do that anyway. That's one of their other things here. Oh, you could always block the buyer. Ooh, wow, I block him. I'd rather have the printer back in one condition, one piece. I'm not worrying about blocking a buyer. That's the least of my worries. I'd rather have that fixed. You know, that I'd rather have the printer back in good condition. But, you know, make sure you take good photos, folks. Because, but you know what? It doesn't, you know what? Thinking about it, it doesn't really make a difference anyway. As you can see, it doesn't make a difference. I sent these pictures to eBay, and it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't matter. So you know what? I'm probably contradicting myself here, trying to, because I think in the past I might have mentioned something like this before about taking pictures, making sure you take good photos and stuff like that. It doesn't matter, you know. Not my case anyway. Okay, this is how I got it back, and I showed eBay the pictures before and after. I said, look at the pictures before and look at after. I said, look and check the video out. The video shows it right there. It's all there in full motion. You go check it out. Doesn't make a difference. But that's the aftermath, folks. That's the aftermath. This is the highlight of my day. I should frame this here and put it up on my wall as a reminder, constant reminder that when you have an eBay situation where the buyer returns something broken, you don't get they're not on your side. Okay. When if they say we're on the seller side, I want to know what side are you on, because you sure as heck weren't on my side, and not in this situation here. Okay, but that's the aftermath, folks. Keep that in mind. And no matter how much you pack, overpack, it doesn't make a difference. I got stuff I'm sending out. I'm not going to let it discourage me. I'm still going to keep doing what I do. You know, look. I will say this in closing. If I was to, here's a worst case scenario. If I was to, let's say for some reason, right, I didn't decide to pack this thing up properly, and it got to the buyer, and the buyer said, and you know, and let's say you willfully knew that you didn't pack it that good. Okay, I know how I pack. I know when this thing arrived in good condition. I know that for a fact, 'cause I wrap plastic around it. I put cardboard around it to protect the sides. Then I put cushioning around it, so if it does get jostled around, it's protected on all four corners, top and bottom. So I know on my end I did my due diligence. But the thing I'm trying to say is it doesn't make a difference how much you pack it, because when it gets to the buyer, they could say easily, this is how it came. And you don't have a leg to stand on. What are you going to do? It's your word against theirs. So for the few buyers out there that make it bad for others, you know, I feel bad. I feel bad for you guys, you know, because, you know, for the buyers that the honest buyers out there that do the right thing, make it look bad, you know, and you know, when you get the, you know, like I said, a bunch of bad apples, they make it look bad for the others, you know. But but the point I'm getting across is, if I was to send this out poorly packaged and the buyer sent it back to me and said, this is how I received it, it would be lock, stock, barrel, I would have no problem. I wouldn't even open the case up and say, okay, well, it's my fault. And I'd fess up to it. And the reason why I do videos, okay, the reason why I do videos is to point out the condition of these things. Now, you've seen the photos. If you didn't, if you've seen the photos and the videos, that's how it was going to get sent to you. One piece. Okay? I'm not going to... This ain't no smoke and mirrors here. I don't show you a beautiful picture and then send something like this to the buyer. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, enough with that. If you have any comments, you want to share them, please do. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you as a subscriber. If you like what I do with these videos, you want to give it a thumbs up, that'd be great. If not, that's fine. I just wanted to share this and throw this out there to you guys, buyers and sellers, to just give you a little insight of what's going on. And maybe I'm at fault when I say eBay's not on the seller's side, but from reading this here, it tells me that in this particular case they weren't on my side. Okay, their little resolution as far as like replacing the fees there, that don't mean nothing to me. What are you going to give me? 40 cents, 50, whatever it is there? That's not going to do anything for me. And to tell me I can contact the buyer And maybe what if someone is going to file a claim out the postal service, say that they broke it. You know, I mean, people may say, why don't you try pursue it? Why don't you try pursue it like that way? You know, I don't know if I want to go that route. I would have just preferred to get the printer back in one piece, clean it up again, retest it, make sure everything's, and that's the, and you know something? That's the other thing that burns me up. Even if you got the item back and you tell the buyer when they send it back, I've said this before to about other buyers when they want to send things back. I said, look, I have to test the item out to make sure it works. If not, I can't refund your money. But you know what? That idea just went shot right out of the window. Okay? Because you know something? It doesn't matter what you put in your description or what your claims are. The bottom line is the buyer is going to come out ahead of the game. And if I'm wrong, please let me know. If you have any stories to share that where you say eBay was on your side as the seller, not the buyer, as the seller, please tell me. I'd love to hear your story. But thanks again, guys. It's going on 12:30 here at Eastern Time. I'm ready to call it a night. If you want to share this here with anybody, fine. That's it. I just wanted to share it with you guys, let you know what's going on out there. Thanks again for stopping by, and have a good night, and good luck on your selling, guys. Just beware. Seller beware. Bye now.